Yeah, definitely for me, I think the type of flying I'm interested in is a little more exciting than your average, say, airline job. But it's still aviation and something I'm excited about, passionate about. But definitely, it's a little odd, I guess. But I'm comfortable at 5 feet off the ground, inverted at 200 miles an hour. Interesting thing is, I don't actually consider myself a real risk taker or thrill seeker. Riding a skateboard to me is a scary thing. I prefer not to do that, but very comfortable in the airplane. And I grew up small town Northern Ontario where bush planes were kind of the norm, like a pickup truck for a kid in Saskatchewan on the farm. So that to me, the flying part was a given, and also just grew up playing a lot of sports, hockey, typical Canadian kid, and kind of that all melded together into what I do today with the racing and the competition aerobatics. And it's really just the flying side of it is an expression, a form for me to compete and to push the limits, and to really do what it turns out I'm fairly good at, is just pushing an airplane to its limits and having a lot of fun while doing it.
Racing or acrobatics? If you had to be on a desert island with one plane,
that would be a very tough decision to choose. I'm very lucky I get to do both. They fulfill two different needs for me. Here this weekend in London, freestyle flying is what I call it. I mean, I get to go up there and just put the airplane through its paces, do whatever I imagine. There's no really set format rules. I just put on a good display, and part of it is me wanting to go up there and have some fun, and also of course make sure everyone on the ground watching is having fun. So I kind of mix my display up on that side of things. In the racetrack, right after the show on Sunday, I'll get on a jet and fly over to Austria for next weekend's race. That's pure competition with one goal in mind, is to go as fast as possible through the track, set the fastest time, and try to win. So two very different mindsets. Both great to be able to flip-flop back and forth. Yeah, fear is an interesting one. People often assume that we're up there taking big risks, and things happen for sure. If you push the limit, you do this long enough, things are going to happen. I don't think fear is a bad thing. So there's been times when afterwards you're like, yeah, that was maybe a little bit scary. I think it's how you handle it. So one of the unique things is through all the training and development over the years is when you're in a tough spot, you don't really have time to be scared. Things happen pretty fast. So it's usually afterwards, after you're on the ground and you've made it, you've survived maybe equipment failure or some bad weather or something you missed, and then you go, oh, that was pretty intense. But at the time, I never feel scared in the plane. It's just kind of I better deal with that. So that's kind of that's the balance point.